And good afternoon, ABA basketball on the ABA Network and the Bennington Martens Facebook Live page. Today, the Bennington Martens hosting the New York Hoop Dragons on a beautiful Saturday afternoon, albeit cold, here in Bennington, Vermont at the Mount Anthony Union Middle School. And the Martens coming in here on a two-game losing streak, looking to snap that here today against the Hoop Dragons, as last week they went on the road to take on the Herkimer Originals on Saturday and lost on the road in that one, and then came back at home and lost to 4-1-3 Elite, the team out of Springfield, Massachusetts. So the Martens looking to bounce back here today at home. And then they hit the road tomorrow to Massachusetts to take on the Massachusetts Wolves. And then next week on Sunday, the 18th, they wrap up their pre-holiday part of the schedule right back here at home. Starting lineups being introduced right now for the New York Hoop Dragons. In the lineup today for the Hoop Dragons, number 2 is Cliff Brown. Number 7 is Ramon Shaw. Number 3 is Pace Shaw. Number 4 is Che Fullerton. And actually number 23. Number 11 is Pace Shaw. And number 8 is Stephen Vance. The head coach is Craig Sulema. Starting lineup for your Martens this afternoon, Tyjon Gilmore, rookie 6-foot guard, number 1. Tobias Holmes, former Schenectady High School standout, 6'2 guard, second season here. He'll be wearing number 3. Number 21, John Riles, out of the College of St. Joseph's, the now defunct College of St. Joseph's in Rutland, Vermont. Also in the starting lineup, number 0, Juwan Malone. SUNY Cobleskill has had a great year for the Martens so far this season. And then in the middle, the big guy, 6'7", DeMonte White. Number 35, the head coach of the Martens, is Christopher Kidd, assisted by Sean Pratt. So the Martens trying to get back on the winning side of things. A couple of weeks ago, they knocked off the Providence Pirates. Providence, number 5 in the country at that time. And the Martens knocked them off. First time they've beaten them in the history of the Martens. And looking to do it again today against one of the top teams, the Hoop Dragons. As the Martens have shown signs of being able to play with the big boys, so to speak, in their second season here, the top guns in the American Basketball Association. But then at times it's been the opposite. Teams that maybe you think they should be able to handle, they've struggled against. So we'll see how things play out today here against the New York Hoop Dragons, making the trip up from Long Island, New York. And we're ready to tip this one off here in Vermont. The Bennington Martens and the New York Hoop Dragons on the Martens Facebook page and the ABA Network. It'll be DeMonte White jumping against Chi Fullerton. And the Hoop Dragons control the opening tip. Stephen Vance now up top for Cliff Brown. Brown being defended by Tobias Holmes. The pass was stripped, scramble for it. Coming up with it was Vance. And he stepped out of bounds. So the Martens with their first possession just underway here in Bennington. Tyjon Gilmore brings it across the timeline and calls the offense for Coach Christopher Kidd. Goes inside for DeMonte White. Jumper on the way. Tobias Holmes for 3. And the Martens take the 3-0 lead. Tobias, a prolific scorer throughout his career, struggled last weekend to find the shot. Hopefully that's a positive sign this afternoon. Barreling his way into the bucket is Fullerton. And a whistle and a foul on the Martens. And Fullerton's going to go to the line, trying to get the Hoop Dragons on the board. And the first shot is up and good. Last last week. On Sunday, the Martens had a nice lead for most of the first half against the 4-1-3 Elite, and then just had a horrific final minute of the second quarter. Ended up falling behind by 9 at the break and never recovered as the second free throw missed by Fullerton, and the Hoop Dragons regained possession. Here's Pace Shaw, guarded by Riles. Wanted to go down low by Fullerton. It was knocked away by DeMonte White. Now a shot clock violation. 3-1 Martens. We're not quite 2 minutes in here, just underway in Bennington. Here's Gilmore. High post for Malone. Malone out last week. Good to see him back on the floor for the Martens. Such a key part of what Bennington wants to do. Holmes to the bucket, no good. Long rebound. Hoop Dragons look to run. Strong move to the bucket, up and good by Ramon Shai. And Shai ties the game at 3. Gilmore picked up by Shai. Now finds Tobias Holmes on the way. 3, no good. The rebound coming out long to Pace Shaw. Shaw finds an opening. Might have been partially blocked by Malone. The shot from Shai is up and no good. Here come the Martens back the other way in a hurry. Gilmore, 3, got it. And the Martens, they say his foot was on the line, folks. It's going to be 5-3 after that two-pointer from Tyjon Gilmore. 2-point lead early on here for the Martens. Little isolation out of a 4-low set. And a nice reverse layup there by Fullerton. Good job breaking down the defense there by Pace Shaw. High post for Riles at the other end. Riles steps back, 3, good! That's also a good sign for the Martens. If John Riles comes out hot, this is a much better basketball team. And he hits his first three-point attempt. We're 3 minutes into the first quarter. It's a 3-point lead for Bennington. Shaw, tough shot. Hoop Dragons get the rebound. It's going to be a shot clock violation. Everything going the way of the Martens right now. The question is, can they sustain it? They've had spurts where they've played with all the top teams, even beat perhaps the best team in the Northeast, Providence. But they've also had these streaks like in the second quarter last week against the Elite where they struggle. Here's Malone. Malone, jumper, no good. The rebound's going to go out of bounds untouched. It'll be Hoop Dragons ball. Cliff Brown brings the ball up for New York. Goes down to the low post for Shai. Up top. Henderson to the bucket, or excuse me, Fullerton, I should say. Strong move by Fullerton. Not just a tall guy, but has the bulk too. He's a strong player. Here's Malone, baseline jumper, bang, he got it. Jawan Malone showing no rust after being out last weekend. Comes back, hits the three-pointer. It's a 4-point lead for the Martens. Baseline jumper on the way, no good, off the iron by Stephen Vance. Here's Shaw. And a whistle away from the play. Loose ball foul here. And it's going to be on the Hoop Dragons. So the ball is going to go over to the Martens. There's going to be a media timeout with 7:30 to go here in the opening quarter. It is the Martens 11 and the New York Hoop Dragons 7. This is Bennington Martens basketball on the ABA Network and the Bennington Martens Facebook Live. Welcome back to Mount Anthony Union Middle School, Bennington, Vermont. ABA basketball on your Saturday afternoon. And the Bennington Martens, after going winless last weekend, trying to get back on the winning side of things before they head out on the road to Massachusetts tomorrow. And right now they've got an 11-7 lead here early on. Here's Tobias Holmes. Ty Gilmore, three. Second tray for Tyjon Gilmore. He's 2 for 2 behind the arc, and he makes it 13-7. Here's Brown, gets it in the corner, shy to the bucket, blocked. Oh, they're going to say he fouled him. Looked like a clean block by DeMonte White. So to the line is going to go Ramon Shy. And Shy gets the first one. Nice crowd starting to file in here to the Mount Anthony Union Middle School gymnasium. Crowds have been picking up here lately as the word starts to spread about ABA basketball here in Bennington. 13-8, the Martens with a 5-point lead here, coming up on midway through this first period. Here's DeMonte White. White going to work in the low post, finds Riles. Back out to White. The big guy's got a nice touch out there, and he nails it. Fullerton's going to have to go out and play DeMonte out there because otherwise DeMonte is going to knock that down. It's a 7-point lead for the Martens. And a 3-ball at the other end to answer. Here's Holmes, no good. Malone, the reverse layup, the putback off the offensive rebound. And it's back to a 6-point game. Here's Brown, gets the high screen from Fullerton, and Brown knocks it down. Cliff Brown with the 3-pointer. And it's now down to a 3-point game. Here's Tobias Holmes to the bucket, up and good. As I've mentioned many times this year, when Tobias gets it going, he is very difficult to guard. Here's Shy, guarded by Malone. Shy into the paint, nice pass, Fullerton, and Fullerton was fouled. He's going to go to the line. Right now the Martens are having their hands full down low with Fullerton. And he knocks down the first one. 5:29 to go, first quarter here in Bennington. It's been tight throughout the early going here. And right now a 4-point advantage for the Martens. Fullerton misses the second one. Tapped out by Malone for John Riles. Riles picked up at midcourt by Vance. Here's Tobias, deep 3, off the mark. Vance with the rebound. Vance is going to leave it for Pace Shaw. They go down low, Shy, no good. Long rebound comes out for Gilmore. Here's Riles, back for Gilmore. He's had the high hand, no good this time. Kept alive by Malone. And now Vance able to get it out to Shaw, and Shaw goes to the bucket, the hoop, and the harm. He's going to go to the line looking for the old-fashioned 3-point play. And a chance to slice it to a 1-point ball game here. Off the front of the iron. Here's Riles. Leaves it for Gilmore. Gilmore goes on the baseline for DeMonte White. Tries to bull his way past Fullerton. Had it stripped. Gilmore gets it. The floater, no good. The rebound pulled down by Fullerton. Here's Pace Shaw. Shaw got a little bump. No call. And now a whistle on the rebound. Looks like Gilmore was fouled. Substitutions coming on the floor here for the Hoop Dragons. Entering for the first time is number 41, Anthony Cox. And also is number 9, but we don't have a number 9. Oh, there it is. It's just not in the right place. DeAndre Wade. So we do have a number 9. The way that was lined up on the roster, just number wasn't in the right place, but indeed it was there. 4:22 to go. In the opening quarter, it is the Martens 20, the Hoop Dragons 18. This is Bennington Martens basketball on Facebook Live and the ABA Network. Welcome back to Mount Anthony Union Middle School in Bennington, Vermont. ABA basketball. Glad to have you along with us, spending part of your Saturday. The Martens with a 2-point lead here, late first quarter against the Hoop Dragons. Here's Riles, had it blocked from behind by Cox. It'll be Martens basketball with 7 on the shot clock. Shot clock has been a bit of a factor a few times here, but not much. Here's Heath Mason for Holmes. Tobias, jumper off the mark. Malone with his athleticism keeps it alive, and it's a fresh shot clock for the Martens. Number 1, Brandon Thompson is checked in for the Hoop Dragons. To the bucket. Malone, no good, but out of bounds. Last touch by the Hoop Dragons. In for Bennington is Heath Mason, number 45. Mason was my guest on the pregame show this afternoon. And Riyad Destime. Actually, Destime not in the game. Let's look at the wrong side of my roster here. It is number 20 for the Martens, Zaire Beverly. 2-point lead for the Martens. Chance to tie or take the lead here for the Hoop Dragons. Here's Cox. Strong reverse layup. The big fella getting it done, and we're tied at 20. Here's Tobias Holmes. Sets the offense for the Martens. Finds Riles. Zaire to the bucket. Had it blocked by Cox. Strong move by Beverly, but denied by Cox at the other end. The layup up and no good from Brown. Here come the Martens. Riles for 3, no good. Battle for the rebound. And run down by Beverly. Tie game, 2:45 to go first quarter. Here's Riles. Cut off nicely there defensively by Pace Shaw. Malone for 3. No good. Riles, the offensive rebound, had it stripped. It's going to be Martens basketball. Checking in for the Hoop Dragons, number 10, Norman Wilson. Here's Riles. Halfway down and out. Cox with the rebound. Here's Cliff Brown, sets the offense, gets the high screen from Cox. Brown down the lane, blocked by Tobias Holmes. And they're going to say Hoop Dragon ball. Martens were trying to convince the official that That was last touched by New York. Wilson goes down low here. And a whistle and 3-second violation, or was it an offensive foul? Officials are going to deliberate. Ball went down to DeAndre Wade in the low post. That's going to be Martens basketball. 2020. Been a while since anybody scored a field goal here. Just over 2 minutes remaining in the quarter. Here's Tobias Holmes. Guarded by Brown. Now finds Beverly. Beverly for three. Had DeAndre Wade right in his face, but Zaire Beverly knocks it down. It's a 3-point lead for Bennington. Here's Brown. Gets a high screen from Cox. Couldn't get it to go this time. And the rebound pulled down by Riles. Here's Tobias Holmes. Sets the offense for the Martens. Gets a high screen from Mason. Tobias, good fake. Gets the defender to go by. Couldn't get the shot to go. The rebound pulled down by Anthony Cox. Here's Wilson. Deep three on the way. No good. Thompson couldn't get it to fall. And a foul on the rebound. And that looks like it's going to be on DeAndre Wade as Heath Mason pulls down the board. Just over a minute to go here in the opening quarter. A 3-point lead for the Martens. Tobias Holmes. Guarded by Cliff Brown. Goes down low for Malone. Juwan hasn't been able to get it going so far. And won't right there on that shot. Cox with the rebound. The pass, though, over to Wilson, broke it up. Now Destime will check in. Let's talk about Destime prematurely earlier. And it comes right into Destime, but Tobias Holmes gets a piece of it, and the Martens come up with the basketball. Heath Mason for three. Off the mark. Going to be an air ball. And it'll be Hoop Dragons basketball with 42.2 to go in the quarter. Here's Destime. Picked up by Tobias Holmes. Gets the high screen from Wade. Jumper on the way from the baseline. No good. Off the mark there was Wilson. And the Martens with about a 3-second differential between the game clock and the shot clock. Here's Riles. Up and good. Riles just imposing his will there on Brandon Thompson. 6 seconds to go in the quarter. Destime passes inside for Cox. And Cox got it to go at the buzzer. That's going to do it for the first quarter of play here at Mount Anthony Union Middle School in Bennington, Vermont. Our score, the Bennington Martens 25, the New York Hoop Dragons 22. This is ABA basketball on the Bennington Martens Facebook Live page and the ABA Network. Welcome back to Mount Anthony Union Middle School in Bennington, Vermont. We get ready to go here in the second quarter, ABA basketball. The Bennington Martens and the New York Hoop Dragons. 3-point lead for Bennington to start the quarter. It'll be Riles, Holmes, Mason, Malone, and Zaire Beverly on the floor for the Martens. Starting the second quarter for the Hoop Dragons, it'll be Destime, Thompson, Cox, Wade, and I think I already said Brandon Thompson. Oh, and Wilson. Here's Wade, got it to go, and the whistle and a foul. So strong finish there by DeAndre Wade. And he'll go to the line looking for the old-fashioned three-point play. So none of the starters on the floor right now for the Hoop Dragons. Malone, Riles, and also Holmes out there, part of the starting five for the Martens. And Tobias, little miscommunication there between him and Mason. I think he thought Mason was going to cut, and Mason thought he was going to give him the ball right where he was, and they turned it over. 1 point lead for the Martens. Here's Destime. Little short jumper in the lane, couldn't get the roll. And once again, Wade working hard on the glass, couldn't get the shot to fall. Good ball movement here by the Hoop Dragons. Wilson missed it, gets his own rebound, back up and good. So great effort right there by Norman Wilson as Anthony Mitchell's at the scorer's table, getting ready to check in for the Martens. A 1 point lead, the Hoop Dragons on top now, and here's a turnover. It's a 3-on-2. Destime. And did they throw it right back? Yes, they did. They turned it right back over. Wasn't sure if Zaire Beverly got a piece of that one or not, but the official says no. It's going to be Martins' ball. And the Martins will go with a small lineup here as Anthony Mitchell's going to check in, replacing Mason. So no center on the floor right now for Bennington as they go with a smaller lineup here. Here's Beverly, guarded by Wade. Out to the baseline, Tobias Holmes and a whistle before the shot. .10:23 to go here, second quarter. A 1 point lead for the Hoop Dragons. Tobias Holmes in for Juwan Malone, one of the leading scorers, but he's had trouble getting going. Nice pass. Mitchell high off the glass. And he got it to go. Martin's back on top by a point. They go down low for Cox. Cox, they double team. Nice pass. Wade, though, couldn't handle it. Here comes Tobias Holmes. Splits two defenders, had it stripped, got it back. Riles, baseline, no good. And Wade with the rebound. He's going to leave it for Wilson. And a whistle. Away from the ball. Not sure. I think it was a double foul. So do they go to the arrow here? It's going to be Hoop Dragons' ball, but he did call it double foul. As both players throwing their bodies around down in the post. 1 point lead for the Martins, 9.5 to go in the half. Down low, Cox. Left-handed shot, no good. He thought he got fouled. And the turnover. Here comes Pace Shaw, who checked back in, and he lost it. It's a 3-on-1. Tobias Holmes goes for the dunk. Denied by the side of the rim. And it's going to be Hoop Dragon basketball. Tyjon Gilmore is going to check back in for the Martens, replacing Tobias Holmes. So it's Gilmore, Mitchell, Riles, Beverly, and Malone on the floor for the Martens. Shaw, a lot of contact there. They say it was stripped away from Shaw. Checking in for the Martens now for the first time. It'll be number 5, Tyler McLeod. McLeod made his debut last weekend for the Martens. Jumper on the way, Wilson for 3, no good. And here's McLeod. McLeod down the lane, contact, and they're going to call a block. No, now they're going to call an offensive foul. Originally it looked like he was going to call a blocking foul. And now they call offensive? Well, then why is it Martin's ball? Everybody a little confused. DeMonte White comes back in, replacing Juwan Malone. Now they've got it straightened out. So it will be an offensive foul, and it will be Hoop Dragons ball. And the table is as confused as we were. Should be an offensive foul, but it looked like they were going to call a block at first, and then they called an offensive foul. Then they gave the ball to the Martens, which it should have been a Hoop Dragons ball, and now I think everything's squared away. 8:50 to go in the first half, a 1-point lead for the Martens. Here's Destine. Gets it to Cox. Cox looks to go to work on DeMonte White. Good help defense by Mitchell. Stripped it, but they get it down low to Wade, and Wade up and good. And it's back to a 1-point lead for New York. Here's McLeod, guarded by Wilson. Gilmore to DeMonte White. Looks to back down Cox. Nice step through move. Shot just wouldn't go. Rim was unkind, but Anthony Mitchell with the steal. Mitchell, nice pass, but McLeod couldn't handle it. Here's Destine. Down low. Wade blocked by Mitchell. Mitchell flashing the defense. 1-point lead for the Hoop Dragons. 7:40 to go, second quarter. DeMonte White, high off the glass, no good. And long rebound. I thought DeMonte had it. He might have got hit in the face there. It came out to Wade. Here's Shaw. Gets a high screen from Cox. Shaw looking to go to work on Anthony Mitchell. Shaw, 3, no good. And there once again is Wade. Wade's been excellent on the glass here in the first half. And he finds Shaw, and Shaw banks it in. And it's the biggest lead of the game, albeit only 3 points for the Hoop Dragons. Been very tight throughout. This is the biggest lead New York's been able to put together. Here's Mitchell. Made his spin to the inside. The officials said he was grabbed by Pace Shaw. Ramon Shy at the scorer's table, getting ready to check back in. Coaches come together at the table. Christopher Kidd and Craig Salima, both looking for explanations. I think it's time for a media timeout regardless. And it will be a media timeout. 6:47 to go here in the second quarter It is the Hoop Dragons 30 and the Martens 27. This is Bennington Martens basketball on Facebook Live and the ABA Network. Welcome back here to Bennington. There'll be more basketball action here at Mount Anthony Union Middle School next week. The Massachusetts Wolves come into town next Sunday, the 18th of December. And that is a 3 p.m. tip-off. Once again, the Christmas toy drive going on, being put together by the Martens. Comes in for DeMonte White, and the turnover. Here's Cliff Brown, who's checked back in for Shaw. And now back up top for Wilson. They'll set the offense. The Hoop Dragons with a 3-point lead. Wilson, they're going to wave it off. They're going to say it's on the floor. Foul's going to be on Gilmore. Not yet the penalty. So the Hoop Dragons will put it in play underneath. Here's Shy. Gets it in down low and checking back in and making his presence immediately felt is Fullerton. That's a 5-point lead for the Hoop Dragons. And the second quarter, later than this, but the second quarter, as a three-pointer goes down from McLeod to make it a 2-point game. But I was getting ready to say, last week against the Elite, the later part of the second quarter was the demise of the Martens. And here we're going to have an offensive foul on the illegal screen by Ramon Shy. And that'll give the ball back to the Martens. And it looks like we may have a technical foul assessed here. I don't know why anybody would argue that call and get a technical for that call. That was clearly an illegal screen. Doesn't matter whether I'm the Martins broadcaster or anybody's broadcaster. That was just common sense in the game of basketball right there. So Gilmore will shoot the technical, and he got it. Makes it a 1-point game. Evidently a 2-shot technical. And he missed the second one, but it's going to be Martins basketball. And checking back in for the Hoop Dragons is going to be Brandon Thompson. So Thompson on the floor with Shaw. Shy is going to go out. Fullerton is out there, as is Brown and Wilson. It'll be McLeod, Gilmore, Mitchell, Beverly, who's checked back in, and DeMonte White for the Martins in a 1-point ball game with 5:50 to go in the half. It's been tight throughout. 5 points has been the biggest lead. Beverly shot no good, but a good effort to run it down, but now they throw it away. It's a 4-on-2. Shot no good from Pace Shaw from the baseline. And the rebound by McLeod. McLeod for DeMonte White. Fullerton provides the defense, and a nice job by DeMonte. Used the rim as his protector, went to the other side, finish with the left hand, and the Martens back up 33-32. Here's Wilson. 7 on the shot clock for the Hoop Dragons. They go down low for Fullerton. Back for Wilson on the way for 3. No good. Rebound pulled down by Zaire Beverly. Here's McLeod for DeMonte White. Fullerton went for the steal. Didn't get it. Opened up a clear path to the bucket for DeMonte White. And it's 35-32 Martens. Here's Shaw. And they're going to call a foul. Christopher Kidd wanted a traveling violation, but it will be a foul against the Martens. Should have a media timeout coming up. We do. 4:23 to go in the first half. The Martens 35, the Hoop Dragons 32. This is Bennington Martens basketball on the Martens Facebook Live and the ABA Network. Welcome back to Bennington. 4:23 remaining in the first half. A 3-point lead for the Martens. It's been a seesaw affair. 5 points has been the biggest lead of the ball game for either side. Hoop Dragons basketball here. Comes in down low. Fullerton goes to work, and they're going to call an offensive foul. Fullerton trying to bang his way down low in the post. Banged his way down a little bit too much, according to the referee. So the Martens with the ball back, a 3-point lead. Here's DeMonte White. Had a very strong first half. Looking to go against Fullerton again. Fullerton stripped it. No double dribble call coming up, I think. No, it's going to be a foul. It looked like a double dribble. Well, I thought it was a double dribble. And as I always say, my opinion doesn't mean anything. But the Hoop Dragons have a good argument here. Nonetheless, it's Martens basketball after the foul. Jumper on the way from McLeod, no good. The rebound by DeMonte White. He's been a force in this first half, and that's going to be a traveling violation. Christopher Kidd trying to say he was dribbling the ball on his way down. So neither side exactly overly excited by the officiating right now. Both coaches working them hard. Here's Brown. Down low for Cox, who's checked back in. Jumper on the way. Short. An air ball there from Cliff Brown. It's going to be Martens basketball. 3.5 to go in the half. The Martens by 3. Here's Gilmore. Picked up there defensively by Steven Vance, who's back in. McLeod shot no good. Lands right in the hands of Pace Shaw. Here's Shaw. Gets a high screen from Cox. Lets it go for three. Got it. Pace Shaw ties it up at 35. And now the turnover. This is Brown. 3 and D-Light is on. They can get 4 for that jumper. No good. Vance down the lane. Got it out for Shaw. And a whistle and a foul. It's going to be a non-shooting foul. It's going to be taken out on the baseline by the Hoop Dragons with just under 3 minutes to play here in the half. Comes in for Shaw with a fresh shot clock. Gets the high screen. Shaw, nifty move. Wild shot, and he got it to go. Great work right there by Pace Shaw. And with the 3D light on, they get the 3 points instead of the 2. And it's a 3-point lead for the Hoop Dragons. Really nice work there by Shaw. And we have a shot clock issue. So the shot clock is going to be adjusted here to 17. And the Martens will take it out on the baseline. Gilmore comes in for DeMonte White. DeMonte is going to step out. Good. Cox gives him a little pat on the butt and says, nice shot. Good hit. He might have said, next time I'm coming out there, because both Fullerton and Cox have let DeMonte shoot the 3, and he's made it both times. We're tied at 38, but there's Cox with 2 minutes to play with the easy bucket. The Hoop Dragons back up 2. And Gilmore getting really harassed there by Steven Vance. And they're going to call the foul on Vance. Non-shooting foul. Tobias Holmes would check back in for Bennington. Terrence Squire in for the first time. Replacing Gilmore and Mitchell. Also, Beverly is going to go out. Actually, Riles on the floor as well, back in. Here's McLeod. 4 on the shot clock. They've got to hurry. Holmes, the floater. No good. The rebound pulled down by Shaw. Minute and a half to go before halftime. A 2-point lead for the Hoop Dragons. Nice job there by Tobias Holmes. He was out of bounds. Couldn't save it, but good effort right there by Tobias. Still plenty of time on the shot clock. Vance will trigger it in for the Hoop Dragons. Gets in for Cox. Step away jumper, no good. The rebound pulled down by Terrence Squire. Here's McLeod. The handoff for Squire. Deadly shooter from the perimeter. Wanted to go down low, but it was knocked away. Shaw, the runner. No good, but the follow by Brandon Thompson. And with a minute to go, it's a 4-point lead. Now the turnover. 3 and D-Light on. Air ball, though, from Vance. Here's McLeod. Finds Riles. Baseline 3, no good. Cox, the quick outlet. Here comes Shaw. And straight on three-pointer knocked down Brandon Thompson. And it's the biggest lead of the ball game by either side is 7. And this is looking eerily like last Sunday against the Elite. And travel call on Tobias Holmes. A late call, but the correct call. I think if he didn't call it, the whole bench might have come out of there from the Hoop Dragons. It was pretty obvious. I would have called it just out of fear, if nothing else at that point. 21 seconds to go in the half. 7-point lead for the Hoop Dragons. And as I said, eerily like last Sunday, when the Martens had the lead and it fell apart here in the closing minutes of the first half. Shaw, no good. Cox, the rebound, had it stripped away. And that's going to do it for the first half here in Bennington. So it'll be interesting to see how the Martens react in the third quarter. Last week against the Elite, they controlled the first half. The wheels came off late in the second quarter. They went to the locker room down 9. Similar scenario here today, going to the locker room down 7 as our score at the half. The New York Hoop Dragons 45, your Bennington Martens 38. And we'll be back for the second half in just a bit. This is Bennington Martens basketball on the Martens Facebook Live page and the ABA Network.